Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm over here in my garage just showing you a few things that I just got from Sportsman's Guide. Great thing with Sportsman's Guide is they have a lot of stuff, and the price for the most part seems to be like a good price. I look online and buy stuff online all the time, and they usually have good prices. Now, sometimes you just don't know exactly what you get because their descriptions are kind of terrible. One thing that I did get that I was pleasantly surprised was they had the RPAT, or I forget what it was called, but that digital army, that kind of bluish green stuff on the belt for the large Molle bag. They were selling that, but they said they also had, or else you could choose multicam. What they don't say is that the one that they show a picture of is the army version of this from the USMC Pack. It's just a different color. They don't show any pictures of this. Now, I did see somebody left a comment before I bought it, though, and they said, oh, it's for the medium Molle II medium rucksack waist belt. And so that's why I bought this. Yeah, it's faded, but this thing, it's kind of like a orangish fade on the back, but nobody really sees that, number one. Number two, it's just functional. There's some fading on the belt, but that's fine because most of the stuff I'm going to wear it with, like this M42 rucksack. This works great on here. And since they didn't show what kind of fastening they had, I was just taking a gamble on it, but I could also resell this pretty easily, I think, as well. Yeah, but this thing actually works great on this old rucksack. Another thing that I got was these USMC Pack, or the FILBE shoulder straps. Now, the reason these are in pretty good condition is because when they first made these, you see here how this load lifter buckle has ripped off there. This other one's still there. The same thing happened originally to mine, so it started ripping out of there. But I have all the what would you call it? I forget the name of it, but they had a repair thing so that when you repaired it, all these torn things, it just attaches to the frame, and so the old thing is pretty much good. In that kit, they also had the fast release adapter on there as well. Now, what I'm kind of mad about, though, is there's no bottom. So you see this quick release on the bottom of the strap isn't there. I could still use this, though, because they have these backup buckles right here. So when they made these, they figured that maybe these pieces might break at some time, and so then they also had kind of like on the Alice pack, they've got a little metal buckle like this, but that's where you can put the strapping in on there. I can still use my load lifters, that repair thing onto here. there's a couple other things too. Like some of those packs, you know, you don't use these clips, so you can use these clips to run this strap through here. So like if I'm gonna put this on my Alice pack or something like that, if I want to use that, then that's fine. I can just use these. It's not going to be holding 120 pounds, what these are supposed to be rated for. Hopefully you shouldn't be able to get that much into an Alice, but maybe. I also got this because I do have an extra frame for my USMC pack, because I got the MC version, not the AC version. So the AC one cracks. Mine's not cracked, but this is sturdier right here where they're having all those. So I can use this for my 5-gallon water carrier and the frame, things like that. Or else a backup. I don't really think anything's going to happen to the USMC one because I'm not using it all the time. Number two, they're built pretty tough. What else I got here? So I got these Danish military suspenders. It was a 2-pack, but it was on clearance for $5. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use these or not. Some comment on there, they said that they use this on an Alice pack. The pictures are kind of terrible, and the description, they don't really tell you much. But, you know, from the picture, I was thinking that maybe this was padded. And that's why I thought I might be able to use this on some of my frames. But without the padding back here, it doesn't mean I can't use it, but I'd have to use it a little bit differently. This is a M96 Danish. Yeah, this probably was like one of their it doesn't, you can't read it on here, but anyway, this probably was their assault pack, or maybe it's just suspenders, because these loops here just go back on, and that's it. Anyway, I'll see what I can do with this. I might be able to use this. It also kind of reminds me of the harness for the I've got the Hill People Gear chest rig. Last one I got on this haul is, they call it a NATO military canvas zip duffel bag. Yeah, it's clearly Italian, because this has the same sort of fasteners that's on my Alpini rucksack. It's the same material too, that heavy canvas. The main reason I got this, and then also it says on here from Sturm. Sturm is a wholesaler of military stuff. If you ever want to see what Keep Shooting or Sportsman's Guide, or a lot of any surplus place in the US, they buy a lot of stuff from Sturm. But you can go on Sturm's website and see what they have in their inventory, and it'll give you an idea of what's eventually going to hit your surplus stores, whether it's online or in your city, if you have one. But let's take a look here. So the main reason I got this thing is 32 inches long, purportedly. I didn't measure it, unfortunately. The diameter of this is about 8 inches. It's a long tube. Now, not very many people saw my post on my tent, but I bought this so I could replace that tent carrier, which didn't seem built very well, and then that zipper goes right up and down there, where I'm just worried that thing's just gonna rip apart. I also read that, I guess if you have those military cots, they fit inside of here great. It's kind of cool too. They gave me some extra straps. I don't know if these are just extra one. I mean, on the length of these, it looks like they're just meant to go wherever I want for extra strapping. Or maybe it's to attach something. I don't know. But it looks pretty cool. It's got this zippered cover on the end. You can't see here, but this has a cap. And then obviously you can tighten it up here with this twine. And they even gave me this little lock. Oh boy. Anyway, so that was 1997. I really like the Italian stuff because it, you know, I never really thought that stuff from Italy would be made very well, but I've found that a lot of their stuff actually is made pretty well. And so now I look for Italian stuff. This one I just ran into because they, you know, Sportsman's Guide, like I said, is terrible at describing things. So you would never know that this was Italian unless you really looked at the comments in the system. Hey, if you guys have any questions or stuff like that, let me know. Just wanted to show you some of the junk you can get from Sportsman's Guide. Have a good one.